because I thought the Oscars were enjoyable despite the viewership issue.
Okay.
Are you different?
You enjoyed? So wait, what do you mean comparatively? Because first you got to compare it to the previous ones.
Dude, I like how quick it was. It was straight to the point. Like they didn't really they had some gags in there, but like I feel like the talk show host definitely, like the host of it kind of definitely, brings it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's break this down because the first thing that we're going to have to do is change this. Our cinematography. So cinematography, you of course were thinking that it was going to be Mank, right?
Nope.
Who did you have on your list?
I put Nomadland.
Okay, so we both had Nomadland on this. Very interesting. All right, we can breeze through these pretty quickly, by the way, and then we'll go through the other stuff. So sound of metal, obviously.
That would have been blasphemy if that did not win.
Oh my gosh, if that didn't win, that would be upsetting. I was talking about this earlier this morning, and like the design for the ending. If you don't have the sound design, you don't have the ending.
Yep.
Like the ending just doesn't work.
Yep.
Let's see, original song.
I had that one.
I love her. You don't listen to her though, right?
I don't listen to her. I just guessed randomly on this and I got it, so I feel proud.
She's like the new Prince, man.
I know. That's what people have been saying.
I absolutely loved her, by the way. I'm sorry I had to jump in on that. I absolutely loved her. Hey everybody, I'm Jay. I'm the producer.
You know Jay. Everybody knows Jay.
Jay.
It's always been assumed.
Sorry, when I saw her up on the screen, I had to because she is literally the female embodiment of Prince.
Well, of course. Her is amazing. Let's move to the next one.
To it.
Original score, which is John Baptiste for Soul. I was so happy that this got it.
So here's the thing.
So was I. So was I. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. I was jumping for joy and clapping my hands.
I had Mank on this one.
You did?
Trent Reznor, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move to the next one.
I know.
Which is editing, sound of metal.
This one was surprising.
surprised.
I was, yeah.
Here's why I was surprised. I was thinking that it was going to be The Father, to be honest. The Father's editing was stellar.
I haven't seen The Father. I thought Nomadland's editing was cool, especially because Chloe directed and edited it.
That is crazy to me that she directed and edited it.
Yep. So
that is insane.
I was surprised by Sound of Metal.
Okay, so best director was Chloe Zhao from Nomadland. She is so badass. Like, didn't she feel like a young Emperor Palpatine? Just like the power in her fingers. It's like when she's walking around. It's like, jeez, she commands attention. She commands her room when she walks in.
I bet in person she's probably the sweetest soul, but like she also has like a very intimidating, like.
Oh, I bet she's really good to work with and really fun to work with.
Like she knows her stuff, you know.
I agree. Yep. And moving over, we have animated feature, which Soul was the winner. Now you watched Wolfwalkers.
I did.
A lot of people were wanting Wolfwalkers to win. Did you want Wolfwalkers to win?
No, I wanted Soul.
You wanted Soul?
I didn't cry during Wolfwalkers.
I'm pretty glad that Soul went.
I cried.
Yeah, I knew
it. It made me cry a lot because it really just brought back that memory of my dad and listening to music with him and how much joy that my father had explaining the sound of music and actually playing an instrument myself in my younger days. I really.
What did you play?
I played the trumpet.
Oh yeah, we played the trumpet together.
Yeah,
Trumpet Bros.
Yeah.
Moving over to oh boy. So let's just I put this out of order because let's just do what the Oscars did and do this. Now me and you had a lot of controversy.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We had a lot of controversy.
We did.
Can we talk about the controversy?
Yeah. You think it's rigged? I don't think it's rigged.
Let's open
mine's already
a can of worms here, shall we?
What? Okay, dad joke. Yeah, we had words afterward. I feel like we're still at odds, but however, I definitely see your point.
Here's why we're at odds. And look, let me be honest. I needed to refine my argument because I was coming at you pretty raw when we first started.
Yeah, you were coming at me with like, oh, you want to see a gun? Well, here's a bazooka. Like,
okay, I wasn't like coming at you like there's a gun and a bazooka. That didn't work. That didn't happen. So what we did do, I was telling him, look, the fact that they chose to make Best Picture the last scene in the last thing in the entire thing, first of all, has never happened. They've never done that.
They have done it.
When?
1970s.
Just the 70s, the whole decade, or just 1 year?
Just 1 year.
Why just that 1 year?
I don't know. I don't remember what film it was, but it has happened before.
Because it might have been precedents because they thought that they were going to get away with it the same way they were getting rid of it this time. And Steven Soderbergh didn't look back at the history books and was like, nobody's done this before. Let's rearrange this to make this work. So either way, here's the point that I will give to you, my friend. The Oscars are not rigged. The choices that come out from voting, and the voting are happening for many different reasons. And usually they're political, and usually they're like, well, I think this person's going to win, so let's go ahead and vote for this person. And that might have been what caused it. However, it was not like, whoops, like it wasn't like we didn't mean to totally build this up to be a win for Chadwick Boseman at the end. We didn't plan that at all. There's no way that why would we plan this at the end? There's no reason.
See, that I think that's where we're at odds, because I don't think it was built up to make it feel like he was going to win, because
BS.
I mentioned that during the memorial stuff, like with those who've passed, they were building up with that, and I called it from the very beginning. I'm like, they're going to show Chadwick as the last one. Like, I just know, and they sure as hell did.
After hitting ×2 speed on the video, somebody had sat on the fast forward button and then just started breezing through stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like DMX got like maybe 0.2 seconds, and he was like the most recent one.
Well, that, and let's also talk about the fact that not necessarily the in memoriam parts, but whenever they would go to the nominations, traditionally speaking, you would have a clip that would showcase what the actor's performance was or what the movie was. What's the main reason to do that? To get people to go see the movie, right? They didn't have that. The most important part of this ceremony was nowhere to be seen. This was all vanity. This was all political speeches, and nothing to do with like, let's get these people to actually want to see the movie and be excited about it. There's nothing that was trying to promote these movies.
No, I agree with that to an extent, but I also, because like we are in the middle of COVID, and I wonder if like there was like a lot of technical stuff that they couldn't just figure out to do that.
I disagree. I disagree. If they were able to do the presidential debates all from home and remote, get that guy. Why didn't they get that guy? Hire him.
It's stretching, but also, if you want to pump up those movies, you have to ask yourself, is it still worth risking forcing people back into a theater yet?
I don't think that has anything to do with this.
Well, then how do you?
Most of these are available digital right now. Most are available digital,
like Netflix and Hulu. And
exactly. So why not promote them?
I don't know. Maybe there's rights. I don't know.
There's not right.
Here's the thing, though.
Usually, it's the most upfront, in-your-face answer, which is because they were being stupid and lazy during this.
Right. So afterward, people were complaining, like, because the news broke that this is the lowest rated Academy Awards, and it's the lowest viewership
even after
ever.
The NBC guy was like, "I think we did pretty great, all things considered."
Yeah.
And then that came out, and it was like,
but like that kind of like saddens me, because like all the nominations and all the winners were very well deserved.
Yes,
like
I agree.
Like even the ones I wanted to win, even though they didn't win, I didn't feel disappointed. I'm like, you know what? The other film definitely deserved it. Like it was hard.
Maybe my octopus friend was the one where people were like, wait a minute, what was that? What was that?
The thing on Twitter though is that like once that news broke, people were just being negative because it's Twitter, and film discourse on Twitter is ugly. But they were saying that like the best picture should be the biggest budget, and I'm like, oh well, or the most made during the box office. I'm like that.
I think we're going off on a tangent here.
I know, but I'm just saying that because it goes back into your argument, or not your argument, like your statement of that to show the clips for people to go see the movies. And a lot of the movies that were nominated and did win, a lot of people claim they have never heard of, right? But by all means, they'll hear of a blockbuster, big budget, and so they think there's Hollywood being against big budgets. Even though I'm like, but Lord of the Rings won.
Yeah, I think you're looking too closely at film Twitter. They're usually a bunch of idiots that don't know what they're talking about. Let's all be real. Anybody that's in this sphere, we can look at the history books, but at the end of the day, like it's always this weird political thing. Who put so much money into their campaign and marketed it the most? Like there are movies that came out this year that definitely deserved a lot more than what the Academy gave them. And of course, a lot of that has to do with money.
What would you want to be?
Never, rarely, sometimes, always. Didn't get anything. And I think it deserves something.
Never heard of it.
And I think Uncle Frank deserves something too. I think Uncle Frank was incredible. Dude, fuck you.
I never saw it. I never saw it. I never saw it before.
Before you almost got me.
Before we fight.
I almost got you. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next one, which is Best Actress, Franny McD. Of course, she got it.
Yeah, she got it. When she got it, so I felt surprised because like I forgot she was nominated, which is weird because like in my heart I wanted her, but I actually put Carey Mulligan, even though I did not like Promising Young Woman, because I thought I would give it the benefit of the doubt, right?
Yeah.
And
I was hoping for Promising Young Woman, but I was also hoping for Viola Davis. Like, I think that she did so well in this. It's tough because I know that there is a valid argument for why she could be considered supporting actress versus lead actress based on her screen time. But at the same time, there's really no other actresses in this film. So if there were to be a lead, it would be her.
So going off that, we'll probably touch on this. Go to the next segment because I want to kind of segue into that. If
Fuck me, I'll go back to the next segment. Okay.
Support, yes. So going into this, why is it that two actors from a movie are both supporting actor when they're both leads?
What do you mean?
Daniel Kaluuya and then Lakeith Stanfield. They're both leads, but they're both only getting supporting actors.
So I have two minds of this. I think if you were to cast a lead or say who is the lead, it would be Lakeith Stanfield, right?
Yeah,
it's sold through his perspective.
We saw it through his perspective, yeah.
Yeah, so I would assume that it would be that. And the discussion I was having earlier, check it out on the Patch Beatty review site, plugging that shit. They were talking about the fact that like only black people are being nominated for supporting roles and they're never put into the leads. And this is kind of an example of clearly one of them could have been a lead. Yeah. Like this could have been a lead, but they chose to not do that. The question is why. And we never really get a clear answer with that. We always get kind of we're going to do better, but never like, well, here's what we did. You know, here was the problem.
Because that's like saying, oh, here's Heath Ledger and here's Aaron Eckhart from, The Dark Knight. Like you're pitting them both against each other when, like, realistically, the Joker, if you're talking about villains wise, like he'd be the main villain of that whole movie.
Yeah, that's true. Let's move over to the supporting actress.
I was so happy for this one.
Yes, I was very excited because Minari should have won so much more.
Yes,
Minari should have won so much more.
This brought tears to my eyes seeing her speak. I mean, it was just so it was so brilliant, and she brought a lot of comedic to her acceptance speech. I thoroughly enjoyed her interaction with Brad Pitt. It was definitely good. It was definitely good.
Here's what I didn't enjoy. A fucking American reporter walking up to her and saying, hey, you just won your first Oscar and you just came here from America. How did Brad Pitt smell?
How did he smell?
How did he smell? How did he smell?
Going on.
What a moron. Can we talk about the reporters real quick? In both supporting actors, they were asking the stupidest questions.
I
they mistook Daniel Kaluuya for who?
I don't know for who. I saw that they mixed up.
Regina Spektor directed him. He was mistaking for Aaron Burr, sir.
I never saw the
Leslie Odom.
Yeah, I never saw that movie. So I didn't have that reference. I knew that they mistook him like being directed by Regina. And then he was polite, by the way. He was like, I'm sorry, can you repeat that question?
I think he said, I want you to repeat the question because I want to hear you say that again.
Dude.
She didn't say it again because that bitch knew.
And
she knew that she messed up. And I was like, oh, you.
Well, then going back to film Twitter, she tried to defend it.
I know. Oh my gosh. If not to just rub dirt in the situation, she starts tweeting, Mr. Daniel Kaluuya, I didn't say what's on record on video and audio showing me to say. And attacking him, saying he said, like, he just told you to repeat the damn question, and Twitter is the one coming after you. So know who you're fighting, first of all. Don't go after this guy.
The fact that this lady had enough nerve to come in and say the things that she said.
Going back to Daniel.
We angered.
Oh man, I really wanted to do like that RoboCop scene where at the end of the movie where Samuel Jackson was saying all that stuff, and then I was gonna do that.
Oh man, is there anything else? Okay, best picture, of course.
I want to talk about the best acceptance speech that we heard was from Daniel.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mom, my dad had sex. I'm here. It's wonderful. It's like, okay, yeah.
And his mom's reaction was like, did he just say?
She was like, damn it again. He said it again. Like she's like, every acceptance speech, she brings this up.
I love it. Okay, go back to best picture.
Nomadland. Surprised?
Called it.
I wasn't surprised.
I didn't I called Minari, but my heart was Nomadland, but my pride was Minari because of the Utah film stuff.
Yeah, I was not surprised with this. But look, overall, the stupid part of this that overshadowed all of the really cool moments was the fact that they changed up the stuff. And if they hadn't changed it up, and one of the people that we thought were going to be a shoo-in wasn't someone that had passed away this year, it wouldn't have felt so disingenuous. Or maybe they knew and they wanted to do it to get some ratings and to make sure it was a good tribute. But because they don't know that the Oscars are unpredictable, they're idiots. They're idiots. They should know better. It's their show. It's your show.
But they mixed it up all around though. Like all the categories were mixed up. That's why I'm kind of like, you know, I don't know, dude. I like the Oscars. I do agree that like it could have been better like structured. But I liked the speed of it. And I feel like my other criticism is it kind of felt like they shot off a webcam. Like they had a bunch of different webcams set up and like there was just like really weird quality to it. Because usually you're used to like the overhead camera swinging down across the whole audience, you know. And when they cut to, is it Bong Hive, right?
Yeah,
He's in that theater, and I feel like he should just have a whole segment to himself, dude.
I think his translator should have a whole segment to herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think she was awesome with that.
A year later, we're still going Bong Hive.
Bong Hive. Hashtag Bong Hive.
Now, can we also talk at the fact that they actually had this at Grand Central Station in LA as well? Like they actually had it in
Union
Union Station or something like that. Like I thought that was kind of creative, you know, because of COVID and stuff like that too. Mm-hmm. But there is one special moment that you boys are totally forgetting about. And that was Glenn Close doing the butt.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it because I'm sad about it.
I'm not.
And I don't want to tell you why I'm sad, Jay, because I think it'll break your heart.
Did you get turned on by it?
It was staged.
I know it was staged.
The whole thing was staged.
I know.
Wait, it was?
Yeah. You tell me.
Jay, you can't keep popping it in. This is some bull. Oh, God. All right. And then we got a motorcycle. This is a great episode. We got so much random shit happening. All right. Well, that about does it for the Oscars.